audience that doesn't have a TV capability or really want to sit there and watch a TV show. So you have both ways to shop. It keeps it interesting, it keeps it funny, it keeps it fresh. Folks, you can post any comments you want. Please, not negative. I won't read them out loud if they're negative. But if you have any constructive criticism, if you want to see material on the set that you want me to sell that I'm not showing, shoot me just post it, and I'll talk with our buyers. We'll pull up the merchandise if we have it and offer it. The show that I'm doing is every Tuesday, 6 to 8 Central, 7 to 9 Eastern. So you have the ability to shoot me texts and emails and messages to say, hey, I want this or I want that. I'll do my best to get that merchandise out there to you so you can purchase it. Okay, all that set aside, aka Queen Bee, Cheryl Benvenuto, Shop LC. We have a lot of rocks we're going to show you. I'm going to rock star this show. We're going to keep you rocking on. And the first item that I'm going to bring into...
Speaking of you and gems, Cheryl, can you tell us a little bit about GemFest?
Sure. Oh, okay. Well, Shop LC originally brought me out on board to help put together an event we call GemFest. And GemFest is a one-day event. You can see the invitation up here. It's July 18th, and it's from 2 to 6. It's here at our warehouse/studio. If you want to attend, I'm doing a seminar on crystals and gems and minerals, how to use them, how to place them in your homes. Becky Booker, who is a TV host here also, is going to do a whole seminar all about rubies. We're going to bring in a lot of different material that you can look at, that you can purchase. Anything you purchase during GemFest, you get an additional 30% off. We're going to have a fashion show. We're going to have food. It's going to be fun. It's a free event. Cost you $0. The big fat $0. There's not a lot of things in life that you can do that are for free. Shop LC pays all the expenses. We give you a little bit of nosh. We give you a little bit of knowledge. We give that upbeat, that fun. We're going to do fashion over 55. Folks, it's a free event. It's super fun. If you just want to get out and come see the live studio, you can also take a live studio tour during that time slot. So we're going to bring you back where we actually film. You'll see other TV hosts that are filming at the time. Free event, free. GemFest, July 18th, 2 to 6. The address, you can RSVP and let Richika know. She's handling it all. If you want to attend, how many people you want to bring, you can bring people. There's no age limit. It's for young and old all, and it's just a free, fun time. Today we had a conversation. I think we're going to add a popcorn machine in because it just sounded fun. So that's another thing that we're probably going to throw into this event. So take advantage of it. GemFest. We're making it bigger and better. We usually have it every couple of months. It's usually bi-monthly. Sometimes it's monthly, depending on the schedule here in the studios and what we can use the event area for. So GemFest 2025, July 18th. Be square or be in. Come on and get in and come see us, come meet us, come see behind the scenes. It's a super fun day. Okay. Aside from that, any questions, please just put them in the comments. I'd be happy to read them, look at them, and anything on the stones I'm selling to, any information that you want, I'll be more than happy to give you the information that I know. All right, we are moving on to our first piece. Oh, wow, that's much bigger than I thought. Okay, this was in my sheets. So we're moving on to labradorite, which is one of my favorite stones, but when I read about this in the show sheets, I thought it was the little teeny labradorite, which I did a couple weeks ago, and I sort of didn't have a lot of time to really go into stuff, not realizing that this was not the little piece of labradorite.
That's the big
Folks,
one.
this is the mamma jamma of all labradorites. This is mama, papa, and babies. So I'm moving this around to see you that labradorescence. Now, give you a little bit of history of labradorite in a second, but I want you to know this is flat bottom. This sits on any shelf that you want to put it on. It comes polished on every side. And look at the labradorescence, folks. That's the back side, all right? The front side. This isn't child's play. If you want a lot of play with a stone, look at the blues right here. Okay, your price on this is going to start at, the starting price is $99.99. That's already a really ridiculous price for this size piece of labradorite. This weighs approximately 10,886 carats. When you get yours, it could be 1,000 carats less or more. So you're thinking, 1,000 carats, that's a lot. Not when you're dealing with rock this size. You're not even going to see the difference. But we have to do that variation because every single piece is entirely different. These come out of nature. These are hand cut and polished. So this area on another stone might not have been as nice, so they cut that off. So that's why I'm saying there's going to be a little bit of variation in carat weight, but not enough that it's noticeable to the naked eye or to a person that really isn't going to sit and weigh stuff. We just have to give you that carat weight variation because it's not exact. Nature is not doing that for us. Okay, $99.99 is your start price on this. Remember, this is shop one in that comment bar. 25% off this brings it down to $74.99. 25% off. Folks, okay, look at, I'm going to move this around because I want you to see the labradorescence on this stone. Okay, a little bit of history about labradorite. Labradorite was discovered in Labrador, Canada in 1882. It was discovered there. That was the first initial deposit. And in those years, this was hand mined, hand pickaxed. What happened was, the myth behind the labradorite was the Vikings had come along, landed in Labrador, Canada, on the water. They got out of their Viking ships. They saw this in the ground. It was stone, and uncut, it looks, when the rain hits it, you can see this labradorescence. These Vikings saw this labradorescent stone in the ground, and they thought the aurora borealis had been trapped in the ground. So they took their Viking staff and they actually smashed the rocks to try to release the aurora borealis back up into the sky. So that's a Viking myth. But every stone has myth and legends, and then there's documentation that also comes with stones that have been around for hundreds of years. So labradorite discovered 1882, Labrador, Canada. Then what they did was they mined it, they sent it over to England, where it was cut and polished into jewelry, intaglio pieces, the pieces that were used for wax stamps. At the time, there was no postage stamp. You sealed your letter with a wax stamp that made it official. That way, if the wax was broken, you know somebody had read your mail. The myth behind this also, and it's not a myth, it's more of a legend, is that this was placed in the breastplates of warriors because this particular stone exhibited strength and courage. Those are two things that right now in the world, we all need a little strength and courage. A lot of crazy stuff going on there in the world. This also sucks up negativity. So if you want to place this beside your front door where people come in and out of your homestead, maybe you have nurses, maybe you have construction workers, people that are just coming to do house repairs. They come in your home, you don't know what they've dealt with 4 or 5 hours prior. They might have the worst day of their lives, and they trudge into your home to fix something or help you with maybe medicine. It could be a nurse. They're bringing all that baggage from the day that they've been carrying around, which could be negative. You want to make sure that it all gets trapped. You don't want that energy in your house at all. So this stone will protect you against all that negativity. You know, like I said, the world's a crazy place right now. Folks, I'm just going to move this around again because I want to show you how beautiful this stone is. So anytime you're buying labradorite and you get into these areas right here, you can see the blue, right? You can see that blue. You can see a little bit of red and oranges. So once you get into that specific color in a labradorite, that is a different grade. That is called spectralite. So it's actually, when we grade stones out, like this would be a quad 4. So 4 is going to be your best quality. It has labradorescence on every side, and it also has those blues and reds and oranges, which is known to be found in spectralite, which is labradorite. It's just the best grade that you can get. So not only are you getting this for $74.99 if you put in the promo on shop 1, but you're getting a piece of something that's actually far superior than normal labradorite. So folks, labradorescence, $74.99. Shop 1 would be in the comment code. You can get this home. You can put it on budget pay if you want. That's an option. So they're going to break up that $74.99 into 5 payments. That allows you to have this sent to your home. We don't hold it hostage. This is not a layaway plan. We send it to you, and then we automatically charge you whatever the budget pay. It's like $18 a month for the next 4 months after your first initial payment. If you spend over $50 on anything in our show and you acquire over $50 in merchandise, you also get free shipping. Is that correct, DJ?
Yes.
Okay. So I said that and before I asked what I should have asked, and then, okay, but you do get over $50, you automatically get free shipping. And believe it or not, when you're dealing with rocks, gems, and minerals, that weight is extensive and it adds up. This stone to be sent, you could put this in a flat rate priority box and that would still be $25 to ship it. We're going to give you free shipping, so it's going to save you a boatload of money. We're also giving you 25% off on the labradorite. Brings it down to $74.99. Folks, if you've never owned a piece of labradorite, maybe you have a labradorite pendant that you wear all the time. Maybe you have that pendant and you wear it and your husband doesn't have a piece for his man cave. Or you work in an office environment where you constantly have people coming into your cubicle area and they're complaining. Most people in an office space, when they move out of their cubicle or office and they're approaching somebody else, it's not usually for something that's happy-go-lucky time. It's usually to resolve something that's going on in the company, resolve a problem, and they might not be super big problems, but that's still negativity that you're being bombarded with. Not everybody comes into your cubicle and goes, hey, here's a cup of Joe, and let's just talk shop for a while. There's usually direct, this is going on, we need to change this. So protect yourself and your space. I put this in my office cubicle. If I was grandiose enough to have my own office, this would be on the shelf in back of me, so when people approach me, they're talking and that negativity is hitting the stone, it's absorbing it, and they leave happy, they leave calm, you leave, your clarity of mind, you're like, okay, we can deal with this problem, let's move on. So it's a great stone to have in an office environment, anywhere that you're really conducting yourself with people, for a business, for any type of confrontation, your home, the entranceway, super, super important. Like I said, people are coming in and out of your home. Kids maybe dragging their backpacks in. They've had a terrible day at school. They throw the backpacks down. First thing they do is start complaining. This can also be in the central part of your living area where your big TV is and where everybody congregates to talk about their day's events. Great stone to have for protection and reducing negativity. It's also for courage and strength. Maybe you have a person who is feeling a less insecure. Maybe they graduated college. They're having a hard time finding a job. Maybe they're transitioning into a new job. Maybe they're moving across the country. All those thoughts of doubt and fear, this will abolish that. So it's a great stone to have for courage. And once you don't have fear, and I know that I'm saying this particularly because of the events that have happened over the weekend, that all of a sudden, and it's just a natural effect. So we all start to wonder what's going to happen in the future. Retaliation, large groups of people, do I want to be around that? This will calm those thoughts down a little bit, folks. We don't want to live in that state of fear. Fear blocks you. Fear will stop you from living your life. Remember that. Fear is not a friend. Okay? I don't care where you are in your life. When you start fearing stuff, it's stopping you from living your life. So live your life, because you know what? If something's going to happen, it's going to happen. Living in a cave and surrounding yourself with no one because you're afraid to go out, that's not how you want to live. That's not quality of life. That's living in fear. And I want to put this out there. Really, really important. I do a lot of counseling and tell people fear is something that you never want to have in your life. You need to tackle that fear, overcome it, and go enjoy life. If something happens, it happens. There's nothing you can do about it. But living in a cave and surrounding yourself with afraid to go anywhere is not the way that you should be living. So this will give you clarity of mind. You can carry this stone with you. Put it in your car if you want. If you're in fear of something happening, put it in the car, right in the door. It doesn't matter where you put this. This is going to be a friend of yours for the next few years. This is something that can be passed down to family members. It's an heirloom piece. And once you get into larger size pieces of labradorite like this, They're harder to mine. They're harder to get, especially in this quality. So look at the quality on the back side, the front side. It's got some incredible blues in it. This is actually, I said this was the back. I put this up front, obviously. So folks, $74.99 is your cost today. Labradorite, get some in your house, get some in your apartment, your office space, wherever you need to put this. This is a great, great stone to start with. Okay, shop 1 is the number, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to put this right back here because I love this stone, and it just shines bright like a diamond. Okay, we are moving on to Amazonite. All right, boom, boom. Look at this. This is an Amazonite mushroom, flat on the bottom, and I'm going to show you a measurement so you can really see how big this is on screen. So it is approximately about 3 inches tall. About 2.5. So folks, Amazonite. All right, let's talk about the price first. So every show, I pick an item that I think is the best value. All right, this is it. This is a value buy. On TV, we do today's leading value. On my show, I do an item that I like the best and an item that's the best buy. This is a great buy. You're never going to find this out in the world for what I'm going to charge you for this. Okay, original price on this is $14.99. That is our Shop LC price. 25% off of that brings this down to, is it $12.99? Hold on, I gotta get the calculator. I've been working all day, so normally I can calculate very well in my brain, but unfortunately, I had a little bit of $11.24. I was close. I think I said $11.99. $11.24 is going to be your price on this Amazonite mushroom. Okay, Amazonite, first of all, great buy. This particular shape is something that has been new to the market for about 3 years. Mushrooms came onto the market. Every time we create a gemstone, a carving, we're always looking for new, exciting carvings, new animals, new stuff out in the world that we can carve a stone into, because we don't want to sell you just a block of Amazonite. It's not as pretty. This particular stone was originally mined in the United States in the Rocky Mountains. The family that mined it set up in Tucson every year. I've met them, I've talked to them, I bought from them. Fabulous family. It was a father and daughter. They haven't been there since COVID. I'm sure that, the father was quite elderly at the time, and probably that's one of the reasons they haven't been back to Tucson. But this is found up in the really mountainous regions. We're talking 20,000 feet above sea level. Really, really difficult stone to mine. It comes out in log type of shapes, just like tourmaline, that log, or aquamarine. Grows in like almost a log. To get this quality and color is the best. I've seen Amazonite on there that has been really, really pale green. If you want the best of the best, this is the color that you want to get, that really high saturation of the greens and blues. So this stone alone is just beautiful. It's a beautiful stone. This particular mine that we're pulling this from is from Madagascar. The United States could not produce enough quality material for us to invest. And when I say quality material, you can mine 100,000 pounds of stone, and there might only be out of that 10,000 or less that's actually able to cut into gem quality figurines, jewelry. So when companies mine stone, there's a lot of it that just is used for industrial purposes because the quality is not there for gem quality pieces. Amazonite is a great stone. It's for your throat chakra, which gives you, that stands for be able to be articulate. And if you don't know what a throat chakra is, okay, I'm going to give you a little information. Your body is comprised of 7 energy points. Starting with the crown chakra, you go to the third eye, you go to the throat, the heart, the sacral. Oh my God, I forgot one. And then finally your root chakra. There's 7. And every single one of those energy points is a spinning wheel. It's like a little spinning wheel. So what happens when you overload your phone or computer? That little spinning wheel, the same thing, gets clogged up. It starts spinning slower. In order to clear that, it's almost like when you download and get rid of all the stuff on your phone, all those apps that you're not using, your phone is slowing down. The same thing with these energy points in your body. They actually slow down. So your speech is not as clear. You're not precise as what you're saying. So this helps you with that. It helps cleanse that throat chakra wheel, gets it spinning back up into the normal speed it's supposed to be. And every single stone that I'm going to show you is paired to a different energy point in your body. And that's documented, that's scientific. It's not something I'm making up. It's not a Viking myth. It is actually documented through science. So this would be $11.24. That mushroom shape is carved for a mushroom for a reason. That is your sign of rebirth, rejuvenation. This is there are certain mushrooms in the world that bloom for 24 hours. One of them is the wedding veil mushroom. I had the chance to go hike up in Costa Rica, up into the rainforest, and was able to actually see that when it bloomed. I have pictures of it. It was absolutely fabulous. It looked like a wedding veil. And then 24 hours later, it was all crumpled up and dead. So this sign is a sign of rebirth, rejuvenation. So if you need any of that in your life, if you're feeling like you need a transition in your life, maybe you've been the same job forever, maybe you're having marriage problems, maybe you are sick of living in the same area and you want to move, this helps with all that. It's a sign of changing your life, changing it for the better. I never talk about negativity, so it's not a stone that's going to create any negativity in your life. I love the color blue on this, Amazonite, originally found in the Rocky Mountains. This particular mine is out of Madagascar. Madagascar has become the top leading gemstone, I'm going to say island because it's an island, in the entire world. Now, I'm not talking about precious stones. I'm not talking about rubies, emeralds, diamonds, and sapphires. Those are, Brazil has got us beat on any of that. But Madagascar is for the not precious stones. And they have just found everything on that island, labradorite. And so the majority of stones that I'm going to show you today here, aside from shungite from Russia, are all mined out of Madagascar. Another thing about Madagascar is that this is predominantly an island that is a third world country. The company, who I know very, very well, that all this material comes from, they collect material from small families that are miners. So it's not just a mom and pop. It might be mom and pop and the 3 kids. And this is how they sustain their livelihood, their life, is they go out with pickaxes, wheelbarrows, and they procure as much of material as they can get. They drive it to a central sorting area where they drive in with maybe their pickup truck full of rough. And rough, this would be unpolished, so this could be a boulder. And they go there, the buyers there actually sort through the merchandise, they grade it, and they pay these families for the rough stones. And then it goes into our cutting factories and, moves on through the process. But you are supporting small families of miners, and that doesn't happen a lot in the United States. A lot of family-owned businesses don't sustain here anymore because maybe your dad was a carpenter and you want to be a lawyer, or maybe your family owned I don't know, maybe your dad was a school teacher like mine. I'm a teacher in certain ways, but I didn't want to be a teacher. My mom was a librarian. I for sure didn't want to be a librarian. So, folks, a lot of times in the United States, we don't follow our family's culture of what our ancestors did. We've broken off and done, entrepreneurship and a lot of stuff freely. In third world countries, this is the only way families can support the family. So you're helping with that by buying stuff that is safely mined. Shop LC has gone over there and set up. Our people are in place, so we make sure the miners are taken care of. It's safe. It's it's a third world country, but we're there to protect them. Aside from that, one of the things that I love, hi Carol, that I love about Shop LC is that with every purchase they feed a child. And that comes out of the Shop LC's pocket. It's not tacked onto your purchase. And we have fed 53 million children. That is something that no other company in the world can say that. This is something that Shop, our CEO, was passionate. He created this program, and boy, I'm going to tell you, it's a great program. So every purchase feeds a child. So you're doing great stuff. You're getting free shipping over 50. I'm giving you 25% off. You're feeding a child, and I'm going to put the cherry on the cake on this. Have you ever wanted to wear a Rolex? Well, we have a daily sweepstake. If you go on, and I'm going to pull it up here. Oh, can you put the graphic up in back of us?
Gotcha.
So we're pulling up the graphic. Now, this is one of the best. We gave a car away a couple of years ago. We've given away some incredible stuff. And I don't want anybody writing into me and saying, well, I never win. Well, you know what? If you don't participate, of course you're never going to win. You have to go online and put your information in. This Rolex, and it's not a knockoff, folks. This is a genuine Rolex we're giving away. Grand prize, and we're giving this away. You can enter every day until June 25th. And every day we also give away a gift and a $100 gift card. So if you're entering, you might win a $100 gift card. It doesn't put you out of play for the Rolex. You can still win that Rolex watch. So if you've never won anything, today might be your lucky day. But unless you play, you cannot win. It's like the casino. You got to put that quarter in to make yourself win. Well, this is the way you don't have to invest any money. We're not asking you for anything. There's no membership fee for Shop LC. We are considered shop low cost, and that's what we do. We bring our customers the lowest cost on everything that we put out there for our customers. We consider you family at this point. Take a chance. You might be the winner of a brand new Rolex watch. You could sell it, you could keep it, you could gift it. Doesn't matter. It's a great gift to win. Okay, $11.24. Hey, Deb. So $11.24 on the mushroom. Amazonite comes from the Rocky Mountains originally, now mined in Madagascar. I'm going to move on to something that I find cool and groovy, one of my favorite stones. Okay, and that is going to be black tourmaline. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at the shine on this, folks. So original price on this is going to be Shop 3. All right, so if you're interested in buying this, remember, anybody following me on my personal platform, you cannot buy these on my personal platform. You have to go onto shoplc.com, go into the live stream, or go onto Instagram. Put in Shop LC Live, and it will come up immediately there. I'll be there again, right in your face, selling you stuff. Okay, black tourmaline. This is going to be Shop 3. This is $49.99 originally. Whoops. And 25% off is, that didn't work out well. Let's do it again. $37.49. Okay, that's going to be your cost on this if you type in Live 3 in that comment now. Not only are you going to get the black tourmaline, but because I really like you out there in TV world, I'm going to throw in the free stand. All right? On top of this, you get this. This right here, and Deb is watching, so I love this word, whittled. So this is whittled from one solid piece of wood, and I'm showing this up close because this is genius. I don't know who can do this. Obviously not me. I can cook with a knife, but I cannot whittle you anything. And these guys that make these stands, this is all they do. This is their job, and boy, they do it well. So you get the free stand, the tourmaline sphere. It sits, this stand will hold any size sphere that you have. So let's say you bought the Kambaba last week when I did the show, it'll fit on this stand. Okay, folks, $37.49, Shop 3. Let's dive into tourmaline. So I have brought my own sample, so I'm trying to give you a little education along with, happy shopping experience. So this is tourmaline in its natural state. And I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to put the sphere beside it because I really want you to see the quality of the sphere. So this is natural state. You see these shiny places right here? You can see how this grows straight up like a log. So these are two pieces that have been embedded. One was growing this way, one was growing that way. So this tourmaline grows in a log type formation, right? This is a heavy stone. Look at the polish on this. So when you have something that's this uneven surface, I have polished stones, I've cabochoned them, I've been in the jewelry business for over 35 years. I make all my own jewelry, not all of it, I buy a lot from Shop LC, but the majority of stuff that I make, I actually make myself. Cutting a stone like this and polishing it to this effect, I would charge you $400 or $500 to polish this. I'm not kidding. This is a job that takes wheels that grind. You have to work your way down that wheel to the fine polishing. You lose a ton of material. So a piece like this would probably warrant a sphere about that big. Look at the size sphere you're getting. This was started from a giant piece of tourmaline rough. Once again, this comes out of Madagascar. Now, what I love about tourmaline, first of all, it's one of my favorite stones. I carry it with me. I brought these pieces. This is actually, I keep in the door of my car. What tourmaline does, it grounds you to this earth. What I mean by grounding you to this earth is that some days if you ever wake up, you feel a little off, maybe you didn't get enough sleep, maybe you binge watch Netflix all night, you're a little bit tired, you just don't feel like you're here, you're sort of out there. This stone is particularly good for that. The other option you can do when you feel that way is go outside and stand barefoot on grass. That actually grounds you back to the earth. But if you live in an apartment building in a concrete jungle, the only patch of grass is usually the dog walk area, which you don't want to stand in. All right, that's not probably a good place for you to be barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
This little stone, if you put it in the palm of your hand, you hold it for a minute, have your cup of joe, get that coffee or maybe that herbal tea or mocktail or your cup of orange juice, whatever you're drinking in the morning, hold this in your hand, let it heat up. It will get hot. It'll get to your exact body temperature. And what's happening is you are transferring energy back and forth with this stone. We are energy based, just like everything else in the world. We're energy based. When we pass on, our physical body is still here, but that life, that spirit, whatever you want to call it, is gone. It's an energy. It moves, whether it goes to heaven or to, you're becoming reincarnated in a cricket or a bird. I don't know. Nobody knows. But we know it goes somewhere. So whatever your beliefs are, that's fine. We are energy based, and this will help you keep grounded. Grounding is that lower root chakra that's at the base of your spine. Very, very important. And what does grounding do? It makes you feel stable in your life. So that's what I talk about when you're feeling a little off. It may be because stability is one of the most important things that people need. We need to have a stable job, a stable place to live, stable families, stable outcome, personalities, goals, morals. They're all part of that. And so once those get askew a little bit, you start feeling a little bit sideways, this black tourmaline is going to help you get stable as soon as you hold on to it. It's also a protector against, once again, negative energy. That's why I put this in my car door, because I'm driving in Texas. Speed limit here is 85 miles an hour. People are like in jet rockets going by me. There's lots of accidents. There's lots of people that are very on their own time frame, beeping, rush, rush, rush. I got to get to where I'm going. That's a lot of negative energy. That's a lot of energy that people are in their car driving. I put this in the door. I put on my favorite tune, flip that mirror up so I can't see who's behind me, pick a lane, I stay in it, I just drive to where I'm going. I get there safely. I feel happy when I'm getting there. I'm not on somebody else's time. So folks, great piece to have. If you haven't ever had black tourmaline, it's a great stone. I would also put this in an area that you congregate with a lot of people, office, living room, front door, any place that you are bombarded with, if you work for customer service, I'd have this surrounding my computer. Because this will, all you're getting is complaints all day. So you want to have this in an area that it sucks up that negativity. It makes you more positive. So when somebody calls for a complaint, you can turn it over into a positive statement. You make them feel better. You get everything ironed out. That's what this stone does. It's black. It's beautiful. It weighs a lot. This is a pretty hefty stone. But to get that absolute perfect, and I'm holding this up to the camera close, to get that absolute perfect polish on these stones is really, really difficult. This is done by expert cutters and polishers. And that's part of our company now. That's how we're able to bring you these prices so low, is because we have 9,000 employees. 9,000. We have a design team. We have cutters. We have polishers. We have jewelers. We have stone setters. We have boxers. We have people that do promos. Our company is like a city. And you know what? They promote from within. They're a great company. They feed children. We try to do everything we can to spread the joy. That's our motto. And I think we do a really good job at it. So folks, black tourmaline, great, great stone to have in your life. If you never experienced it, remember, it comes with the free stand. This is shop 3. This can be yours for $37.94. Originally it was $49.99. I'm going to hold it up again once in the camera so you can see the size of it. Really, really great stone. Okay, I'm going to move on to number 4. When I put down, let me put this, so I'll show you on the stand. So this is a small stone. Oops. I'm just going to fit right in that center stand. Okay, we are moving on to, this is an oldie but goodie. Hey, do you have a flashlight in here? Is there? I think there's one right behind your computer. I see it. So they're getting me a flashlight because I want to show you something really spectacular with this particular stone.
I don't know if this is the right. No.
So this is called, we're calling it hematoid.
No.
Folks, they're getting me a flashlight. We'll make it happen. It's going to take a couple minutes, so I'm going to go into my spiel because this stone is incredible. Do you have a phone on your flashlight on your cell phone? And then my phone's hooked up, so I'm using DJ's cell phone. He's kind enough to part with it. He doesn't know that I'm really going to take his phone when I leave. No, I'm going to show you something. So here's the stone. All right. Now watch what happens when you put it on this light. Okay, folks, what happens? This stone has a beautiful, warm amber glow. It looks like a candle. This stone, we're calling, its original name is called hematoid, which is not a pretty name. So we've named this Golden Moon Healer because that word hematoid is just not attractive. So how is this made? I'm going to just hand DJ back his phone. So hematoid, once again, is mined out of Madagascar, and this stone is predominantly quartz. Now, the price on this is going to blow your mind. This, unbelievable, because this should never be below $39. That's a great price for this. That's between a wholesale and a retail price on this particular stone. On our website, this stone is $14.99. 25% off because you're going to type in shop 4. You're going to bring this down to $11.24. Bam! $11. You can even put on budget pay. All right? That's ridiculous. I think the budget pay is $6.25. Unbelievable. That means you can accumulate many, many stones in our gem collection for a fraction of what you pay anywhere else. So $11.24. Now, this stone is mined out of Madagascar, and I'm going to tell you about quartz a little bit and what contains in this stone to get these great colors. So in order for this stone to be yellow, it actually has iron that's layered in it, and hematite. Hematite. Iron's in the red. So this actually changes the color of this quartz to yellow. That's why I called it Golden Moon Healer. Hematoid is the real name for this. You can pull it up, you can research it. But a piece this big for $11.24, you're not going to find anywhere else. No way, no how. I've been in this business a long time. This is a great, great deal for this stone. It's the size of my palm, folks. Now, if you put this on a light box or put a light behind it, put it in a window where the sunlight goes through, it's going to make this stone glow all the time. Now, a little bit about this particular stone, what it can do for you as a person. First of all, quartz. Quartz is used in every single device that we touch. Quartz watches. your cell phones, all the cameras around me. Quartz is an accelerator. So what does that mean? It means when energy goes through this, like an energy wave, it makes, it excels it. I'll do that again.
Can you do it backwards?
So I did it frontwards and backwards. So this stone excels energy. So what happens? If you're feeling happy and you hold this in your hand, what's going to happen to that happy mood? You're going to be dancing on the stars. If you're feeling negative, don't touch the stone that day. Grab the black tourmaline. Hold on to that black tourmaline, because that means you have a lot of negative hostility. You need to get rid of that. This is a stone that's going to accelerate whatever kind of emotion that you're feeling. So if you're feeling sad, don't go for the hematoid. Go for the darker stone that's going to pull that sadness out of you, and then you can move on to this. It's like baby steps. You want to get rid of one, you want to flush that out, and then you want to start fresh. This is a stone that you can be happy and positive. Excuse me. Quartz is an accelerator, like I said. It will excel any emotions that you're having. So if you're feeling bad and sad, you really don't want to hold the stone that day. If you're feeling happy and positive, and there are days I wake up and I'm pretty positive, but there are days I wake up, I'm just tired. Maybe something happened, it's been bugging me, or I had a bad dream, or I didn't eat right the day before and I have a little bit, I feel fat and I feel uncomfortable and all these negative things. You don't want to pick this stone up. You want to go for the black tourmaline. You want this near you when you're in that transition. Okay, so I woke up feeling lousy. I go out to Starbucks. The guy in back of me paid for my coffee. What's going to happen? All of a sudden, I'm going to feel a little bit better. I'm going to feel a little bit happier. That's when you grab this stone. It will excel that energy, make you feel happier. Also, because it has the other properties in it, it's good for blood circulation. But quartz is a stone that's an exceller. It's in every device that we touch, it's in everything. Cameras, our cell phones, our quartz movement watches. So this is a stone that's been out there forever. Quartz is the stone that the whole mantle of the earth is encrusted with quartz, believe it or not. So we can go anywhere in the world and find quartz. United States, Bali, Madagascar, China. It does not matter. Once you get down towards a certain depth in that Earth's crust, it's quartz. It's like a protective coating around the whole Earth. So we can mine it readily. It's not losing its value. It's not going up in value. That's why we use it in an abundance of stuff, because we have an abundance of it. $11.24 for something that's polished completely on all sides. It's flat on the bottom. It has great, great properties. It's a beautiful stone. If you don't believe in the metaphysical properties, you just want something cool to put on a light box, put this on a windowsill. This will not fade. This will not change color. A lot of your gemstones, your minerals, can't handle direct sunlight. They will fade. Not this bad baby. This will stand bright till the day it's somewhere else. So if you have you want to give a nice gift to somebody, $11.24. Maybe you want to put a gift basket together for somebody nice. If you accumulate over $50 on our show, you're going to get free shipping. And rocks weigh a lot to ship. Okay, this is shop 5 in the comment. Boom, boom, boom. I'm pointing down to the comment. So if you're interested in this...
Shop 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shop 4. I'm ahead of myself. Shop 4, if you're interested, $11.24. Every purchase feeds a child. Free shipping over $50, 25% off. Enter to win a Rolex watch. I mean, I'm giving it all to you, but a cake at this point. I'm just handing it to you, making your day a little easier. Really good price. Free shipping over $50. Enter to win the Rolex watch. You might be the winner. I'd love for one of my friends to win, because I would have bragging rights, I can't enter, and I win a lot. I got to tell you, I'm a lucky person. I have won quite a bit of stuff in my life. I am unable to enter because I'm an employee, but anybody else out there, you can enter every single day, and you might be the one. I hope you are the one. Okay, shop 4, hematoid quartz, a.k.a. Crimson Golden Moon Healer. Beautiful name. I like it better than hematoid. I don't really like the other name. It sounds a little bit like hemorrhoid which is, we don't want to talk about that because that's just uncomfortable. But hematoid is the official name. You can pull up all the properties right from your phone if you want to research more. Everything's out there on YouTube, folks. You can find it all. Everything I'm telling you, you can find in abundance out there. This also helps with the sacral chakra, which is that's your creativity. That's the chakra that gives you the ability to tap into creativity, whether you're a painter, a dancer, a landscape artist, tattoo person, cake decorator, home cook, doesn't matter. Those are all artistic abilities. You could be the person that does embroidery, macrame, doodles and oodles with a pen. That's all creativity. And when people tell me I don't have any creativity, I always say to them, I don't want to hear that. Every single person has creativity. Maybe you like to decorate your home. Maybe you're just, like I said, a home cook that puts together fabulous dinners. That's all creativity. That comes from that side of the brain that makes you the ability to lose yourself in what you're doing. And that's what creativity is. You lose yourself in your art or your projects. And all of a sudden time goes by and you're like, geez, I had so much fun. I didn't even realize how long I spent on that. Okay, get some creativity in your life. Hematoid quartz. And we are moving on to number 5. Okay, number 5 is going to be, I love this one. And I even brought in a little sample. So I know that I have some people watching that have bought this before. What? Okay, Lunch Lady. You know what? Donna Machado. You weren't my lunch lady 27 years ago. Okay. Bam! Look at this. Look at these earrings. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If you want, our pendant. How's that? Folks, beautiful. Okay, what are these? This is a matched pair of ammonites. So, and DJ, will you pull up the graphic of the ammonite that we have? That's about $7,000.
Gotcha.
So DJ is going to pull up, and I'm going to show you the difference because this is ammonite. So what this is a crustacean creature that lived 60 to 240 million years ago. There's nothing in the world that you're going to own that's between 60 to 240 million years old unless you buy a diamond, ruby, emerald, sapphire, or ammonites. These are something that is a fossil. This is not a gem or mineral. This is actually a fossil. This was a living creature. And so this creature, this would be him, right? And then his little squiddy head is up here. And he goes through the water like this. What happens when, and I'm going to put one of these down so I can explain a little bit more. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go into price first. Because I want everybody to be able to purchase this before they're sold out. And I have 15 of these. So I just looked at the quantity. So if you're interested, please get on the phone and secure your purchase. Get on there because 15, I'm airing this now. This will be aired at another time. So this will be a sellout. So if you're interested, you need to get on the phone because I'm going to give you an extra 25% off on this. And if they do it on live TV, there won't be an additional 25% off. When I get down to limited quantity, sometimes we lower the price. This is coming up as clearance on our website because there's only 15. It's not worth us to hold a section of the warehouse to house 15 pieces of merchandise. So a lot of times we'll just lower the price just to get them to move them. And that's just, I do that in business too. If I have just a few of something, I'll just almost give it away at cost because I want to move on and get in more merchandise that I have a large quantity. Okay, folks, $79.99. This is shop 5. 25% off in the promo code brings this down to $59.99. Right off the bat, that means free shipping because you've spent over $50. So, DJ is going to pull that graphic up. Did you already do it?
I'm trying to find it, but I'm not seeing it on here. Cause
it should be in the it's in the rock and mineral section, unless it got sold. But we have a piece of okay. So what I'm going to show you, the reason I want him to pull this graphic up is because I'm going to move this around.
Found it.
And I want to show you. See that orange right there? Okay. The orange on this stone That's on the surface of this. So I'm going to lay this down, and now I'm going to show you the graphic. So what happened was, look at the price on this, $9,485. Now this stone is basically this big. So I don't want you to think for $9,000 you're getting this size. But what makes this special is, do you see the whole orange coating on this stone? That is known as amylite. So amylite is the surface of an ammonite that has a fossil has now created like an opal essence that is naturally occurring. Now these particular stones are incredibly, incredibly rare. In Tucson, 4 years ago, this was the stone featured in Tucson. So I saw pieces that were the size of half the size of a Volkswagen Bug. Those were $125,000, $250,000. Those particular pieces like that size are actually in museums. So if you go to any science museum throughout the country, you're going to find amylites, okay? Because this is a fossil. It's part of the science of our world from the Jurassic Park period. And Jurassic Park's coming out, the new one, July 4th. I'll be there watching it. This is from that time period where, you know, that whole movement of getting the blood from the mosquito, they created the dinosaurs. These were around during that Jurassic Park period. Now, these can be found all over the world. These particular pieces found around Madagascar because it's an ocean-bearing fossil. So, I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you what's available out there readily in the world. And I mean readily that this, if you can look, can you see what I'm holding? Look at the size of this baby ammonite. So I buy these by the sheet. This is the exact same fossil. It's teeny. And the point being is that the teeny ones you can find anywhere in the world. They're still prevalent out there. You get into these larger sizes, these are collectible items. These are something that museums carry. This is for the collector, somebody that wants something incredibly different. $79.99 is our clearance price. I have 15 pieces total. 25% off. Boom, boom, boom. In the shop comment, shop 5. We'll bring this down to $59.99. Now, I'm going to tell you the metaphysical properties of this because this is a crazy stone. So first off, it's found like this, all right? It lays in this, it's found in the bottom of ocean beds. It could be a lagoon, it could be out in the ocean itself. Around Madagascar, they wait for the tides to go out, and then they target certain areas, and they actually hand dig these up. These cannot be mined by heavy machinery because once you bring that fork in there and you yank these out of the ground, you're going to shatter this. This is turned to stone, but this was originally a fossil. So we don't want to have a high breakage on these because, number one, they're super rare. This is, like I said, let's say it's 200 million years old. You can't 3D print this. Once you break this, it's done. That fossil is now in half. The value of it is nil. It's none. So to get these out of the ground intact like this, extremely difficult. So it comes out like this. Then they clean it all up. They polish it. And when they polish it, that's how you end up with these little bits of orange, that amylite. Now, that amylite, if this was entirely crusted with that beautiful opalescence amylite, this would be cut down and put into jewelry because jewelry is so much more sellable. It's very, very rare to get that beautiful amylite that has those rainbow colors, blue, yellow, green, purples. It's expensive. If you've been on a cruise ship and you bought amylite, you know what I'm talking about. This was originally only found in the Rocky Mountains, the amylite. We found these pieces under the seabeds in Madagascar. So that squiddy little creature, he's swimming around, and then all of a sudden a shark comes and eats him, yanks him out, boom! This falls down to the bottom of the ocean. It's heavy. As soon as it hits the bottom, it's covered with silt, which is a very light, sand. But now it's covered, so you can't see it. And then tides come, and this gets pushed further and further and further down, really far below the depths of, the top of the ocean. So this could be now 15 feet in the sand. Now what's happened? It's under the sand. It's being compressed through time and pressure, heat. The ocean changes, temperatures change, tidal storms, tidal waves, just a lot of movement. As this sits, it gets petrified, just like petrified wood. Petrified wood is a organic material, but once through time and pressure, petrified wood is now a stone. It was originally wood. This was originally a squiddy creature. Now it's a stone. It's petrified. So they go in, they find this, they get it out of the ground, they polish up the outside, and then it goes to an expert cutter who's going to actually take this fragile stone and they're going to cut it in half. Once they cut it in half, they open it up and voila. Look at that. I mean, folks, if you can't see how beautiful this is one of the most fabulous things because it's a fossil. It has other stones in it. It's a stone itself. Okay, this one particular, I have 15 sets available. Every single one is going to be a little bit different. So I don't want you to say, well, it's not exactly what I saw. Well, how could it be? They're all one of a kind. If you want a one of a kind piece that's 200 million years old, right here's the piece that you're going to get. Okay, this measures roughly 5.5 inches from tip to back, and then across about 4.5. Now the sizes are going to vary a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Let's talk about the metaphysical properties of this particular stone. So in these little chambers, and I'm going to put this up close so people can see it. I won't put it too close. I got comments I was too close last time. In these little chambers is a druzy crystalline structure called aragonite. So aragonite is a stone that once it's in a pocket with moisture and the right elements, aragonite usually grows, and we used to sell it and call it the COVID virus. So aragonite grows in a circle with all these little, they're not even spikes, they're like log pieces that stick up all around the aragonite. Well, here it was not able to grow in a ball, so it actually filled these little crevices and pockets with this beautiful aragonite druzy. So metaphysically, what this stone is used for, if you believe in manifesting or mantras or any of that great stuff like that, I always say, be careful what you say, because once words come out, manifestation could process. So if you're saying negative statements, I'm too fat, I'm not pretty enough, you know what? You're putting that out in the world. You're going to make everybody think she's too fat, she's not that pretty. Do not put that out in the universe. You know what? It's not worth it. Don't be negative. What this does for manifestation is the little squiddy creature started basically this size. All right, here's a little teeny one. So he starts in the center here. And as he grows and lives, because this one probably lived, it could be 10 or 15 years. The little one I showed you was probably a couple of years old. But as that squiddy creature grows, he actually moves into a bigger chamber and moves into a bigger chamber and larger and larger and larger. And he seals off these smaller chambers. So as he gets larger, you can see these beautiful aragonite, druzy areas of this ammonite have gotten bigger and bigger. So at one point he was this big. He was living in this chamber. So he would scoot down. This is the last one he lived in. So his body, he could get in here and hide himself when a giant shark or a snapping turtle or whatever was going to eat him came along. In the metaphysical world, you can actually do manifestation with this. And you start in the center and you do a mantra. And you start in the center. It's almost like follow the yellow brick road. So you start here and you say, I'm going to be more positive today. Today, I'm going to bring a cup of coffee to somebody I work with. I'm going to be a little bit happier. Maybe I'm going to dress in a color that I've normally never worn because I want to be out there and be more positive. I don't think I'm going to wear black anymore. So all these mantras, and those are just made up by me, so it's nothing that I'm trying to mantra myself or manifest. But as you move along, you do these manifestations, and you can say it out loud. If you're into yoga, if you're into meditation, if you're not, 200-year-old fossil, 200 million-year-old fossil, it's cool, it's groovy. The other thing you can do, if you have somebody that's getting married, and out there on their gift registry, they got the toaster, they got the air fryer. Hello, welcome to the world of coolness. Can you imagine buying this for $59.99? You're getting free shipping. This becomes a gift that the husband takes half, puts in his office. The wife takes the other half, and she brings it with her to her office. It gets put on a shelf in a ply plate stand, and every time they look at it, husband or wife, it reminds them of that special day when they got married. It's a reminder of love, for perseverance, for something that's lived millions of years ago. Or you can display them together in your home. My sister Debbie has a set of these in her new house. So folks, it's just something that's so unbelievably cool and groovy. If you see these in a science museum, you know the value on these. And it sure is not $59.99. You will not find this in a science museum. You might find this little one that I just showed you because I have a pair of these. So this little one you might find in a science museum. It might be $9.99. Probably for this one would be $9.99. Realistically, I'm not kidding around. They have to make money. They have to support their nonprofit. This set in a science museum, which you'll never find, would be probably $1,000 because it's rare. It's a super rare stone. It's out there, but it's rare. In order to get this cut in half and polished with all these really uneven surfaces, is done by a master cutter and polisher. This is not for child's play. I could not polish this. I'd rip up my wheels. This would be a nightmare for me. These are done by experts. That's all they do. They seek these out. They bring them to expert cutters who specifically cut ammonites, and they let them go to town. Folks, I have 15 left. This is a fabulous deal. If you want to get in on this, I really, really urge you. If you're really in, you could make earrings out of it. These are sort of larger. These are Cheryl earrings. If I wear large jewelry, I could wear this as a pendant, or I could put them on pie stands in my home and have most of the coolest, grooviest gem and mineral collection on the earth, because these are rare. These aren't found in abundance, especially when you get to the larger sizes. Very, very rare. That's why I only have 15 of them. I don't have 1,000 of them. If it was the smaller size, I would have 1,000 because they're found everywhere. These larger sizes are extremely, extremely rare and valuable. If you want to buy these and pass them on, let's say you want to buy a set, put them away for Christmas. I mean, come on, folks. Would your husband, partner, whoever, if they open this up Christmas Day, I bet you it'd be the best gift they got, because a lot of that other stuff you can buy anywhere. It's not rare. It's just out there. Maybe you got a good deal on some kind of electronic device. Not like this. This is going to spark a little bit of interest. Maybe it will make you run out and watch the new Jurassic Park movie. Maybe your kids will be inspired to learn about that era. If you're a teacher and you want a teaching tool, this is what you got right here. Kids are going to be fascinated by this. If you're a woman or a man and you have to buy a gift for your teacher, that your kids, they watch your kids 8 hours a day, they're teaching your kids, why not give something to that teacher that's a great teacher's aid tool to teach them stuff that they might have. A teacher doesn't want to go out and spend all their money on teaching techniques for your children. But if you present them with gifts that they can use in the classroom, it's a world of knowledge, folks, and it's just going to spark that interest in the youth. So $59.99. This is shop 5.
Yes.
Shop 5 in that comment. Remember, every purchase feeds a child. You can also sign up to win our free Rolex watch. That's going to be on June 25th is the last date. You can enter every single day. So ammonites, shop 5. This is a great, great set. I couldn't stress enough how nice this is. All right, so we're going to move on to which is this Kambaba, Gabbro. Okay, So, I have not seen this in a long time. This is gabbro, aka merlinite, which is a name that all my stone groupies out there probably know this. A lot of the people that have never had gemstones don't know what merlinite is. We call it the magic stone. That's why it's called merlinite. This has some great grounding capabilities. This is the stone that transports you, gives you the stability, gives you courage, reduces negativity. It's cool and groovy, and if you look at the colors on this, it's bicolored, all right? So this is $19.99. They're giving stuff away. So anybody who's watching is going to know this is a pretty large stone. Joanne's on there. Joanne had a store. How you doing? So this stone, $19.99. Once again, it comes with the free whittled stand. This stand will fit any size sphere that you want to put in it. This is whittled from one piece of wood. This gabbro is $19.99. After Live 25 in the comment, it brings it down to $14.99. That's a steal. That's ridiculously cheap. I think that if you went out there in the real world, and I call when I show stuff on Shop LC, a lot of time I'll say I feel like I'm in Disney World because this is not the real world. This is not a real price. This price should be $139, $99. It should never be $14.99 with the stand. So that's what I mean by I live in Disney World. These are ridiculous prices. I have to pinch myself sometimes and go, who does this? Who does this pricing? Why are we charging so little? Are we able to make a profit? You know, I guess that's not my job. My job is to give you information, but realistically, the prices on this stuff is super, super inexpensive, affordable, $14.99. If you did this on budget pay on our normal website, you could actually split it up to 2 payments. I believe that's available, so it would be $7.50 for 2 months. You pay $7.50, we ship it out to you. The next month we charge you $7.50, and you're done. You bought the stone, that's it, it's yours. So if you're interested in gabbro/AK merlinite, the magic stone, this pairs with black tourmaline, reduces negativity. It's a great stone for producing, manifesting the things that you want in life. So it's a great stone. You can hold it, you can meditate with it, you can toss it around like a baseball if you want. If you drop it, it's going to break. It's a rock. But this will heat up to your exact body temperature once again. And what that means is you're exchanging energy back and forth with this stone. So hopefully it'll pull out all that negativity and you become a little bit more positive person. I know that everybody needs a little help now and then. You know, why not take a chance? It's not expensive. It's not $100. I'm not saying I'm going to hit you with a magic wand and you're going to become like a Miss Positive or Mr. Positive. But I'm saying if you're having difficulties, why not give it a try for that kind of money? It's super expensive. It might change your life. It might not. I'm not a doctor. If it doesn't, it's a cool and groovy stone. If it does, you're going to be hooked on stones. You're going to be watching my show every single week wondering what I have for you. So $14.99, folks, a great, great deal. It's a good size merlinite/gabbro. Comes with the stand. This is shop 6, and we're going to move on. So we've done a lot of grounding stones right now. We're going to get up into the pastels, the more upper chakras in a second, and I'm looking at number 7. Okay, so it's a multi-auction. So when I say multi-auction, I mean that,
Yeah, we only have the serpentine in studio, yeah.
Okay, so I only have the one. So scratch that. So originally I thought I was going to have 2 more carvings, which I don't, which is fine because this is the coolest one out of the 3, obviously. The other was supposed to be a rhino. I don't know. Do you need a rhino in life? Okay. Serpentine. And hold on, I'm just going to get a little sippy of water with the whistle a little bit. Okay. This is serpentine. I want to show you the size of this because it's actually pretty darn large. Excuse me for a second. Okay, size-wise, this is about 5 inches across, and it's about almost 3 inches high. Sorry, folks, I'm having a little dilemma here. Let me just get a little more water. Okay. So serpentine, first of all, this is $25.49. That's on our website. That is the original price on this, $25.49. Hold on one second. $6 so why is that $25.49 times 25%? Okay, what does this come out to after the 25%? Will you do that for me, TJ? Okay, $25.49 is our clearance price. Serpentine is a great stone. Look at the color of that.
It'll be $19.11.
$19.11 to own this hand-carved dragon out of serpentine. So, serpentine, look at the beautiful green on this. Serpentine is a sister to jade. Jadeite, nephrite. All three of those stones run in the same family. They all have that beautiful green. Serpentine is a luck and money stone. Carved into a dragon, which is the Asian symbol. It's been around. All the emperors through thousands of years have always seen the dragon as a sign of strength and courage. If you've been gifted enough to be able to go to China, or when you see the temples and the dragons are carved sitting outside the front doors, this symbol has been in their culture, that Asian culture, for thousands of years because of the ability that the dragon has. When they do the Chinese New Year, they put the dragons through the streets in those long parades and stuff. It's very, very symbolic. Once you pair it with that green serpentine, strength, courage, money, and energy. All right? Those are 4 things that this little dragon can do for you. $19.11. This is shop 7 in the comment bar. So what this does for you, this particular stone, that green, is a money stone. In the United States, not other countries, but United States solely, our money is green. Green. Green pertains to the colors of the earth. Makes us happy, makes us smile. Money is green. Also pertains to your heart chakra. So if you've ever had problems with family members, people at work, you can't extend that olive branch, you're holding a grudge, maybe you were angry about something that happened a couple of years ago, this gives you the ability, this particular stone, to produce money and luck and prosperity. It also opens that heart chakra up to give you the ability to let go of those harsh feelings, to extend that olive branch out to your friends and family or whoever. You know, it doesn't matter. If you have that feeling in your heart, like, you know, they did me wrong, this gives you the ability to go past that. And once you go past that, it opens up your heart for love, for all those great feelings that you need to live a happy life. If you're harboring all that negativity, all that anger, it's a block. It doesn't give you the ability to move on and have a really prosperous, happy life. And that's all we want in life. All of us want, I don't even care about prosperity. I just want to be comfortable. I just want to be happy, healthy, and have a nice life. Pay my bills. Little extra ching-ching would be nice. You know, this will help you achieve that. Also, the dragon symbol, like I said, this has been around for thousands of years. It's really well known in the Asian Empire. This is hand carved, folks. $19.11. Are you kidding me? For something of this stature, of this color, this serpentine is the best color green you can possibly get. Its paired sister, jade, jadeite, nephrite, all the same family, all do the same thing metaphysically, but you really want that super dark green color, that earthy forest color that keeps you connected and grounded to our earth. Hand carved, super, super well done. Once again, this is our team of carvers. When I said we employ 9,000 people, they're cutting stones, they're carving. We hire people specifically that are good carvers. We also teach people. So we might employ a family. It could be the husband and wife. Maybe they've done carving in their past, And then we've employed the whole family because they're good at what they do and they need employment, and we take care of our employees. So something like this for $19.11 is unheard of. If you go to Chinatown or a place where there's a lot of Asian culture, you go into a gift store, you're not going to find, you might find this in plastic or resin for $19.11. You're not going to find serpentine for $19.11. So get on the phone, and I'm going to hold this up, and I'm going to tell you how many I have on this. I have 43. So there are a little bit of quantity. I say 43, you go, oh, that's plenty. We have 1 million viewing audience. So 43 compared to 1 million is minuscule. So if you're even remotely thinking about owning this, order it now. It's $19.11. Order the black tourmaline. Order the hematoid quartz. Brings you up over $50. I'm going to throw in free shipping at this point. So I'm going to get these stones to you for free shipping, 25% off our regular price. Even if it's a clearance price, you're getting an additional 25% off. Great, great stone. If you don't want just a lump of serpentine and you want something cool and groovy, once again, maybe this needs to go. You have kids that are into gaming. Maybe they're into old Dungeons and Dragons. Not a big game. Game is probably outdated. Whatever the game is that they're into. If you put this in their gaming room, it becomes a focal point. Prosperity, luck, money, that sign of strength and courage. It's just a great stone to have anywhere in your house. You don't have to place this beside the front door or anywhere. It's a great stone to have anywhere in your house. If you have a little garden area, you can put this outside. Make sure it's not full sun. I mean, it won't fade, but, stones like this in full sun, it's not going to do it justice. This is such a beautiful thing. I'd hate to just put it outside in the elements. But $19.11, shop 7, get on the horn. I have 43 of these, and we're going to move on to another one of my favorites, which is shungite. So, look at that cute little Buddha. Okay. So, whoops, let me get it in the camera. Okay. So this is on our website for $29.99. After the 25% off, when you type in shop 8, it brings this down to $22.49. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about shungite. First, I'm going to show you the bottom because I want you to see these lines on the bottom? This means this is natural shungite. Now, see the black on my hand? Don't be ward off by that. That's because this stone is not stabilized. All right, this is natural shungite from the ground. So I brought in another sample. This is shungite. This is elite shungite. It's a little bit better quality, but I want to show you this. This came out, and you can see, look at it. You can see this was pried out of the ground. So this has it's very light. It has almost like I'm going to say a charcoal type lightness. And once I tell you about the stone, you're going to understand why I said charcoal. So this is elite shungite. This is not stabilized, but it's natural. Came out of the ground just like that. This piece alone, when I bought this, when shungite first came out, and that's how I became affiliated with Shop LC, was the CEOs met me in Denver at the Denver Gem and Mineral Show, and they actually bought 100 kilos of shungite like this from me. I had a piece that was twice the size of me, one piece of shungite that I boxed up and we sent back to India to our plants where they cut it down. So, shungite comes from an area in Karelia, Russia. And I'm showing you the bottom of that because I want to show you how it naturally looks. My piece out of the ground. And this is a shungite Buddha. You can rub its little belly, bring you some good luck. Oh, Buddha, let me win that lottery ticket. Oh, Buddha. Okay, what happened was when shungite was discovered, so first of all, we don't have any ties with Russia anymore. Obviously, everybody knows that. So there's no material. Charoite, shungite is no longer being sent. We're no longer able to purchase it in large quantities from our Russian dealers. So this material was brought into the U.S. about 3 years ago, and I know the source. It's one of my good friends, and he went over there and he bought hundreds of thousands of pounds of shungite. He got as much as he possibly could because he knew eventually this would get mined out or things would happen with Russia, which they're happening. So we cannot go there and actually pull this stone out of the ground anymore. This was discovered about 20 years ago, and what happened was this particular Karelia, Russia, there was a group of elderly people that were living to be over 100 years old. So anytime you have an elderly group, a community they're living beyond 100, the scientific community steps in. And they want to know what these people are eating, what they're wearing, what they're ingesting, what they're using for shampoo. Are they drinking wine every day? Are they eating grapes nonstop? They start researching everything about this community because we all want longevity. We all want longevity in life. So if we found out that eating grapes would, give us another 20 years in life, we'd all be eating grapes every day. That was not what they found. They started to examine everything, and they examined the water, which was coming from natural springs and rivers around this town. Once they examined the water, they found out there was no toxins in the water at all. And they couldn't believe it. Where is this? Is it spring water? Why is it coming out fresh? It doesn't have sulfur in it. It doesn't have the iron in it. They discovered that this particular stone was surrounding the riverbeds. And what happened was it was actually purifying the water. So people were bathing in that water. They were drinking that water. They had, pitchers of shungite water. They didn't know. They didn't know it was doing anything for them. They just were living their daily lives. But our scientific community went in. So when I tell you this is not smoke and mirrors, this is scientific, what we've learned about shungite. So what they've learned is that shungite has a hollow atoms, which is one of the only stones ever found that has the ability to hold EMFs. EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies. So your 5G phone that you're watching me on, all the cameras, all these large monitors, they're all emitting EMFs to me. So I'm getting bombarded. DJ, can you pull up the graphic of the tea kettle? So I'm going to show you what happens and what I'm talking about when I say EMFs. So every electronic device that you have in your house emits EMFs, these frequencies. We don't see them, just like we don't see air. We're breathing in oxygen, but we don't see it. We just know it's there. EMFs are the same. That's why Europe banned 5G phones, because the EMFs were so bad that they were afraid there would be things that would happen in the future. It could be brain cancer. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I'm going to show you what happens with an EMF. So if you look at this graphic, that's a shungite necklace. Those EMFs are going down. We're moving the shungite. Now look at, boom, boom, boom. It automatically goes back up 42. Harmful. Did you see that light? Harmful. That means we're putting it back down again. The EMFs from this normal tea kettle. Folks, that's not an 80-inch screen TV. That's a tea kettle. Would you ever think a tea kettle would emit EMFs? Heck no, but it does. Along with every electronic device that you have in your home. And that's why 5G was so, people were afraid of 5G, because we're holding those EMFs against our brain right here. We don't know the ramifications of that. We have no idea because it's new. We haven't had the scientific community there to test, 5G, what does it do to your brain, these EMFs, or your body? Remember, I said we're energy-based, so if those EMFs are bombarding you all over and your body has all this energy, who the heck knows what's going to happen? Shungite protects you against EMFs, folks, all right? That's one thing. What else does it do? It's a detoxifier. So if you take this little Buddha, you rinse him off. Once you rinse him off once, this black will no longer be coming off, all right? Rinse him off. If you put this in the bottom of your water pitcher, Buddha can sit at the bottom What is he going to do? He's purifying your water that you're going to drink. So shungite has been out there. We put it into, we sold it in bags that you can put in your water bottles, in your water coolers. These pieces that are designed now are more home decorative pieces because you know what? It ain't a pretty stone. It's like black coal, right? So yes, it has great value. It's going to protect you, but it ain't pretty. So what did we do? We sent our carvers out. Said, make it pretty. So here you go, a little teeny Buddha on a natural piece of shungite. You can rub that Buddha belly, wish whatever you want. It's also protecting you. You can put this anywhere in your home to protect you. It doesn't matter. EMFs are rampant. I have a large block, actually like a cinder block size of shungite I have under my 80-inch TV. Yes, I have an 80-inch TV and I love it. I love to watch movies. I like to binge watch TV. But I know those EMFs now are not bombarding me. So the more TV time you spend, the more you need to protect yourself. Because that giant 80-inch screen TV could do something like a 5G cell phone. I also have my cell phone charger on a block of shungite. And you can shop some of the other shungite products on our website if you'd like. We have necklaces, we have bracelets, we have blocks, we have pyramids, we have an array of shungite. I'm offering you the Buddha today. And like I said, it comes out to $24.99. Is that what I said on this? I'm going to do it again. $7.49. $22.49. To have Buddha on a natural piece of shungite. And this is right here is all shungite. The whole Buddha is shungite. So we're giving you a cool and groovy little carving along with something metaphysically and scientifically that's going to protect you. So I'm not making this up. If you doubt me at all, go on to YouTube, go on to Amazon. There's books written about shungite. Just put it in the browser and it will pull up a whole lot of information. There's way more than I'm even telling you. If you have arthritic pain, this helps against it. A lot of people wear shungite bracelets if they have shoulder pain, leg pain. It has so many great effects. It's one of the newest modern stones. I'm going to say it's like Tylenol in a stone. This can be used for anything. It's beautiful. It can be placed in your home. Get a piece of shungite. Not even if you don't care about the Buddha, please get shungite in your life, whether you buy it from my live stream or you go behind the scenes, because I'm going to tell you, it's going to protect you against those EMFs, and it's super, super important, especially if you have young kids. We have no idea what's going to happen with the ramifications for EMS. If you have kids that are gamers, definitely stick this in their gaming room or buy a bigger piece because it's really going to protect them. And that's something that I can't stress enough. I can't reach through the phone and shake you and say, you need this, but you do need this. It's a great, great stone for protection against all that stuff. And that's not me making stuff up. That's scientific material. Like I said, go out there on Amazon, YouTube, pull up shungite, read about it. There's a million different testimonies out there about people that have brought it into their life, how it's changed their life. I'm not a doctor. I know a lot of stuff about stones, so I can't say this will cure this or this will help with that. I can suggest. So I'm suggesting that you get this in your life. All right? Very, very important stone. Hi, Patty. Nice to see you. Okay. So we are moving on. This was shop number 8. We are moving on to shop 9, which is going to be Chipino. All right. This is a strange little stone, and I'll give you a little bit of history on it. So this is called Chipino. I'm going to say Chipino. I can butcher any language, folks. This is shop number 9 under the comment. You've never heard me speak Spanish, so that is even worse. Okay, it's just I came from Boston. First of all, we don't have the letter R.
You parked the car, though. We
don't have the letter R in our vocabulary. No, we parked the car.
There you go.
Parked the car in Harvard Square. So we don't have that R in our vocabulary. Also Italian, I can butcher, I can talk fettuccine alfredo all day long, or pasta, but when it comes to stones out of Italy or Greek or any of that Roman time, I can butcher it. But what I can tell you is this particular green mushroom 443 carats, $19.99. After the 25% off, this little baby can be yours for $14.99. If you buy over $50, for anybody that just joined in, so I know I'm going to say this, I'm repeating myself over and over because this is a live stream. We have a lot of people that click in at various times. If you're sitting watching me for 2 hours, you're probably saying, I've heard that already, Cheryl, 5 times. It's for the newbies that are coming in. It's not for the old bees that already know all that stuff. So newbies, welcome. I'm going to say I'm Cheryl B, aka Queen Bee, in a positive way. I am a beekeeper. That's why they call me Queen Bee here at Shop LC. I love nature. I'm a gem hunter. I'm a jewelry designer. I'm a hoarder of great jewelry and stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Stones I have everywhere in my life. I have them in my house. I travel with them. I brought in some samples I pulled out just to give you an idea, rough versus polished. I'm going to be doing the show consistently every Tuesday, 6 to 8 Texas time, 7 to 9 Eastern time. So tune in. I'm going to try to bring different stuff every week. I might repeat items because I have different sizes. Like the labradorite I showed earlier, I had that in a smaller size that was under 20 a couple of weeks ago. That is a giant piece. So if I do repeat stones, it's because they're different sizes and different prices. So I want to have a price variation for everybody out there. Maybe you can't afford a $100 labradorite. Maybe you can afford a $19 one. So I keep throwing into the mix a lot of different price points. I have some great beaded necklaces coming up that are more for the jewelry collectors, maybe not the stone collectors. So I'm trying to throw a mix. If you want to see something specific, shoot me a text, an email, an instant message and say, hey, can you bring, amethyst geodes into whatever it is that you want to see me show and shop. You want to be able to shop, you need to shoot me a message because the show will only become better and better. Okay, so this stone is mined in Italy, and this was in every single statue, Roman, Greek, and Italian, through Michelangelo's, through the Renaissance times. So this stone was found. It's a form of marble. All right, so it's basically green marble. Green pertains to the heart chakra once again. All stones, whether they're famous or not famous, we love them all. Some have more properties than others. Some have less. Doesn't mean it's not a fabulous stone. It's cut into the shape of a mushroom for that rebirth. And so this was carved into every column you see in the Roman Colosseum, the Greek Acropolis. I think I said that right. If I didn't, you can correct me out there. But it's out there, and I've been to I've been to all these foreign countries. Actually, I have walked the ruins. I feel power. I feel energy. These are things through time that have not crumbled, even through war. A lot of these buildings and these statues and these columns are still intact. Why? Because marble is tough. It's found everywhere in the entire world, except this particular kind is found in Italy. It's green. It's fabulous. It's a great little mushroom. If you want to put this beside some of your plants, maybe buy 3 of them, do 3 little mushrooms beside a beautiful plant collection that you have. These can be put in a windowsill. This will not fade in the direct sunlight. It's marble. It's not going to change color. It's not heat treated. It's not chemically enhanced. It is the way it came out of the ground. All we did was cut into this fabulous little mushroom shape. $14.99 is going to be your price after the live 25 that you would type into the comment column. This is shop number 9 is the number. So you put shop 9 and then it prompts you to our order page. And then when the order page pops up, are we doing that? No. Okay, on the order page pops up, you'll see a promo where it says promo and it's a box. You just put in live 25 and it will bump that price down to $14.99. If you spend over $50, you get free shipping. So if you see anything else in the show, and at the end of the show, I'm going to recap really rapid fast the numbers, and I'm going to go through each one. So if you tuned in on the second half of the hour and you missed the first half, I'm going to show you the products and you're able to purchase them through the second half. So this beautiful green mushroom, Chapino, Fettuccine Alfredo, if you want a little Italian in your life, if you've always wanted to be with an Italian, Why not buy the mushroom and have a little piece of Italy in your life, right? It's just fun. It's funky. It's something cool. It's inexpensive, and it's a cool, groovy shape to put in your garden. Okay, so that's shop 9. I'm moving on to another great stone. This will be shop 10. So, ooh, this is quite large and in charge. Okay. So, we are moving on to this beautiful pink feldspar prism tower. Now, $29.99. After your live 25, this brings it down to $22.49. And I'm going to measure this because I want you to see. So the feldspar family is quite large. A lot of different stones come out of the feldspar family. This just happens to be pink. And this is about 5 inches tall. It's approximately about 3/4 of an inch circumference-wise around it. This particular cut of this stone is unique because when they cut stones like this, the energy builds up and it shoots out the top. And this is to ascend you to a higher level. And what that means is anytime that you need a pickup in life, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling a little sad, hold this stone. It's going to send you to a higher level. When you're down, that's going to be the bottom of the barrel, right? Ascend you to a higher level means that it's going to pick you up. It's going to give you a little boost of energy. It's going to give you a little lift in life that you feel a little bit better. Folks, you can see the beautiful striations through this. So this is earth at its best. You can see this is a mix of other stones, a few other ones, a little quartz. Looks like there's there's some beautiful, real iridescence. Feldspar does that. It's like a moonstone. It has that under the first layer. You'll see some little prisms of color, and that's what feldspar is known for. It's a great stone, the pink color. If you're a pink person, if you love Barbie, get a piece of this. If you have a kid who loves the Barbie movie, get them a piece of pink feldspar. Put it in their room. It's a beautiful stone to have. Like I said, it gives you that little boost of energy, that little boost of self-confidence. It's cool and groovy. Can be yours for $22.49. That is a killer deal on this. All right? $22.49. I love it. I use a lot of these. It's like a little wand. I'm going to shoot you with some energy. Like a Star Wars laser sabery thing. Obviously, I just butchered that too. But it doesn't matter because for $22.49, I want you to have this in your life. Like I said, you can even put this on budget pay. They'll spread out that $22.49. I believe in 3 payments. It's roughly $8 a payment. Less than that, maybe $7.50. But we make it extremely affordable for you to get a whole collection of gemstones in your hands to enjoy. Also, another thing that Shop LC offers, on top of everything else, 25% off, feed a child, enter the Rolex. We also will do 30-day money-back guaranteed on anything you buy. If you buy one of these stones, you get it home, or we ship it to you and you open it up. It's not what you expected. You're like, I don't know, it's not doing anything for me. Send it right back to us. No questions asked. We don't need a survey while you're sending it back. We will just refund your money and we will move on, and hopefully, you'll find something else that you like. So don't be afraid if you're thinking about purchasing something, maybe even that $100 labradorite. You're on like, well, I don't know. What happens if I don't like it? Buy it, send it back to us. We have no problem with that. We have a million viewing audience that's going to come back. It's going to be shelved, or it's going to be put in an area of the warehouse where our employees have a chance to purchase it at a discounted rate sometime in the year. So we make good of everything. So if you don't want it, send it back to us and somebody else will love it. Pink feldspar tower, approximately 586 grams. This is going to be shop 10, boom, boom, in the comment column, and I am going to move on to our next item. Okay, bing, bang, boom. And I'm moving over here to see my sheets, folks. So, how many more minutes do I have left?
We have 15 minutes.
Okay, so I have 15 minutes left. Now I'm going to go into rapid, fast, fire, power, jewelry, beaded necklace, be on the phone. 15 minutes left. So the first one that I'm going to show you is, okay, and I'm going to put this on the neck form too, because I want you to actually see on the white background. So this is going to be your Larimar. I have 19 pieces left in total. This is graduated. So if you look at that center stone, all right, that's your largest. So this is going to be about, I'm going to say between an 8 to 10 millimeter, and then it goes down to about a 4 millimeter on the back. This is going to be 18 karat vermeil, over sterling silver. You have that 2-inch extender. So this is 18, can extend down to 20 inch. So there's no worries if you want to wear this with a turtleneck, a collared shirt, something that, excuse me, something you need that extra 2 inches for. It's right here on the back of the chain. What they've also done with this Larimar, this is $397. And after you do the live 25, it brings it down to $298.49. Folks, this can be split up on budget pay. What they've done with the Larimar, they've also put gold, vermeil, little beads in between to spread it out. So the reason they do that is you actually see the color of each of these Larimar beads. Fabulous color. This is the color that you want in Larimar. You don't want that real pale, almost non-existent blue. So I had a talk with Encore, who is the CEO of our company. A lot of people know, you've seen him on TV. And tomorrow I'm doing a live show with Katie Rook, and we're doing 3 hours of Larimar. So Larimar comes from the Dominican Republic, and I brought some little samples here that I want to show you. So this is Larimar Rough. This is what it looks like before it's cut down, right? So there's I brought 3 pieces. But you can see all the black in that? Okay, what's happening is originally there was probably 5 or 6 mines of Larimar in the Dominican Republic. When I was there 6 months ago with my husband, one of the mines was completely shut down. You can't even get to it. It's done. It's closed. There's no material coming out of that. What does that tell you? Larimar is drying up in the Dominican Republic. It's going to be something that's going to go up in value because once a mine is closed and the material starts to get mined out, the price goes up and up and up. So this will go up in value. This will retain its value. This is an heirloom piece. This is a collector's piece. It's specifically beaded, so these stones are cut into this beaded style, separated by your gold vermeil. It has an extender clasp, $294. This is going to be shop 11. And folks, I'm going to move on because I have a lot of stuff I got to finish with. But shop 11, take advantage of that Larimar. If you want to learn more in depth tomorrow, tune in from 9 to 12 with me and Katie, and I will tell you all about it. Okay, so next we are moving on to our, what is this? What is number 12? Number 12 is, it looks like,
should be kunzai.
Oh, okay. Martha Roach. Okay, so this is spectacular. Okay, I want to show you the iridescence on this kunzite because, folks, this is beautiful. Absolutely 100% stunning. $199.99. This is going to be shop 12. After the 25% off, it brings us down to $149.99. Folks, if you've never had kunzite, this is 365 carats. It's 18 inch. It's rhodium over sterling silver, the clasp. This is quad. When I say quad, that means four quad A kunzite. And you can see that iridescence on these beads. These beads are actually probably about 16 millimeter down to about a 6 millimeter on the back. Unbelievable necklace. Kunzite is an expensive material. I have cut it. I bought it. I bought flat pieces. Not anywhere as much as this beaded necklace. This should be a $1,000 necklace. I kid you not. Once you get into this beautiful pink quality of kunzite, kunzite can be found and it can look like this. All right? Look at the difference, folks. Do you see the difference? See the pink? Barely existent. Okay, you see the pink here? Beautiful, really well color dispersion. This is the best quality kunzite you can get. This is something that's not faceted, it's beaded, It's done. It's beautiful. $149.99. If you want kunzite, own it. Pink. It relates to the upper chakras. This is more your ethereal. This is more your spiritual stone. This is an enlightening. This is a happy stone. When you get into the pastel colors, that is the higher chakras. That's your happy place. $149.99. Beautifully done. Okay, we are moving on to, let's do the bracelet next. And this is a kunzite beaded bracelet that I just put on my wrist. This is stretchy. These are, once again, 12 millimeter stones. This is $99.99, is $124.99, and it brings it down to $99.99. So for under $100, you can own this beautiful kunzite. Now, this is a natural stone. This is not heat treated. It's not color enhanced. This is the way it comes out of the ground. Now, the kunzite, like I showed you, which I'm going to pull up this piece again. And I'm going to say this is a dog piece. I brought this as a sample to show you the difference in quality, folks. Look at the difference. Do you see it? Not pink, barely pink, beautiful pink. This is the best quality kunzite you can get. $99.99, this can be yours. It slips right on. It will fit any wrist size. I have a fairly large wrist. I probably wear almost an 8-inch or a 7 3/4 on a regular chain. I have plenty of room here. You can see plenty of room. This could be for a guy, could be for a woman. Very, very unisex. Very cool stone. This is your happy stone. This is your love stone. Appears sort of like rose quartz, but it's a lot more expensive than rose quartz. It's a lot harder to find this quality. This is quad 4 Valia Dante kunzite. All right, one of the fabulous stones out there. If you do the beaded bracelets and you don't have this, add this to your repertoire, because this stone is going to change your life, opens up the heart. It's a love stone. It's beautiful. It's pink. If you love the color pink, kunzite's for you. Okay, we're going to move on to number 14, which I really wanted to get to this because I want to show you. Now, folks, this is shop 14. This is going to be your rainbow moonstone. Now, I brought in a sample because I want to show you how difficult it is. So this is a large sample of rainbow moonstone. And on this particular stone, I'm going to move it around, and you see that flash of color right up here. You see it? Now move it over to my side. All right, so you see that flash of play of color right here on this giant piece of moonstone. To get play of color, this whole entire necklace has that flash of color. And that's what moonstone is known for. Once you get into moonstone that's only white, it's no longer rainbow moonstone. Yes, it's still moonstone. They still sell it as rainbow moonstone, but it doesn't have all those great play of colors. This is $129.99. Comes down to, that can't be right. Let's do it again. $32.49 off. What is that? Will you do that for me, DJ?
Yeah,
okay, DJ's calculating because my fingers are not working right now. Okay, rainbow moonstone. These are completely faceted roundelettes. Now, what is a roundelette? It's an oval bead like a donut that we actually sit and our cutters actually facet every single roundelette. So this is multifaceted. This is going to be 18 inches, rhodium over sterling in the back clasp. Does have that extender, so you can extend it to a 20-inch necklace. So if you're interested in rainbow moonstone, to get that play of color on these beads is very, very expensive, because out of that rough material that I showed you, there's such a small percentage that actually has that play of color. That's why the price of rainbow moonstone now is sold by the gram. So when I go to a trade show and I buy rainbow moonstone, a cabochon, a roundelette, it doesn't matter what I'm buying, they're going to charge me by the gram for this. So this is a necklace. What's the 25% off?
$97.49.
$97.49. So you can have this beautiful necklace, $97.49. This is going to be shop 14 in the comment column. Folks, it's a great stone to have in your life. It's a white stone. It's very spiritual. This actually works with the top of the crown chakra, which is your ascension chakra, which means that spiritually you are on the highest playing field you could ever be at. You're feeling good. You're killing it. You're killing it in the world. You're crushing it. This is what this stone does. It makes you feel like you're killing it and crushing it. You are non-stoppable. $97.99 Rainbow Moonstone, folks. Get on the phone. I have a little bit of quantity of these, so I'm not going to run out. But you know what? If you want it, make sure you get it. That 25% off is key. Brings it down to $97.49. That gives you free shipping because you're above $50. Okay, moving on. Boom-ba-dum. And we are on garnet. Yep. Okay. So we have two different types of garnet here. First, I'm going to do the necklace, and then I'm going to do the bracelet. And you're going to say, why are they different prices? Okay. So right off the bat, you can see this is deep red, and this is more a burnt red. Okay. Hessonite garnet is going to give you that. This is the necklace, the Hessonite garnet. 18 to 20 inch, you have that extender. That's 18 karat vermeil over sterling silver, so it's adjustable. Hessonite garnet gives you that really, like when you're looking at a fire, in a campfire, you see those oranges, those burnt colors. That's what Hessonite garnet is known for. Folks, this necklace at $49.99 is crazy great deal. Okay, $49.99. I'm going to hold it up to my neckline. I want you to see this. It's a solid garnet necklace. You have your 2-inch extender right there with your giant lobster claw clasp. Easy to get on and off. Folks, Hessonite garnet. Look at the color of that. All right? $49.99. 25% off that brings us down to $39.99. Is that correct? $39.99?
Mm-hmm.
All right, $39.99 on your Hessonite garnet. Great, great deal. This is shop number 15.
15, yes.
Shop 15 in the comment. Hessonite garnet. Garnet's the January birthstone. It's also the color that promotes fire and energy. If you're lacking energy in your life, you feel sluggish, welcome to the world to taking that 20 cups of coffee but wearing a necklace instead. This is not going to give you the jitters. It's not going to make your stomach upset. You're going to be energized. You're going to be on fire. Your heart's going to fill with love for a mere $39.99, folks. A great necklace. Okay, shop 15. Let's say you're not a necklace wearer. Let's say you're like, I don't need another necklace. How about a garnet bracelet? Look at that. You can match it. You can wear this with all your beaded bracelets, folks. This is rhodolite garnet. Now, I brought a sample of some rhodolite garnet because I want to show you. These are pieces of rhodolite garnet, right? And you're like, well, it doesn't look that great. Well, it shouldn't because it's not cut and polished. This is how they find it in the ground, all right? They're little pebbles like this. They are very unattractive. You wouldn't even know this is rhodolite garnet, but when you cut it and polish it, look at the color of this. It has that beautiful grapey purple color. So garnet comes in a lot of different colors. There's Andalusite garnet, Hessonite garnet, rhodolite garnet. It's a January birthstone. Fire and protection. Boom, boom, boom. Energy. Excels energy. If you want to add this to your beaded bracelet category, $57.99, 25% off that if you do the shop live. This is item number shop 16 in the comment. Absolutely beautiful. It's double stretch, so that means they've double strung this, and I can show you with my fingernails. So this has a really substantial string in it, so there's not going to be breakage. You can wear this every day. You can swim with it. You can bathe with it. You can shower with it. You can wear it non-stop 24/7 if you want. It's a great stone. Fire energy. It gives you the energy. Donna, you need this bracelet because you know it. Pump up that energy when I see you in Springfield this year. Okay, rhodolite garnet, folks. Great, great deal. And now we're going to move on to something that I really find interesting. This
Probably be our last item.
Okay, let's do the aquamarine.
Yeah, we do that, yeah.
Okay. I'm skipping over because I don't have enough time. This is our last item. This is going to be your aquamarine. Now, I'm going to hold this up close. If you know about aquamarine, this is Santa Maria Quad Aquamarine. Graduated. It's platinum, 950 platinum. This is a platinum class. That's our platinum tag. This is not a necklace for the cheap person. This is the necklace for somebody that's a collector of really top grade aquamarine. Comes with your appraisal card. This is appraised at $4,600. That's what this aquamarine is. And anybody that watches Tony on our live TV, you know all about Santa Maria aquamarine. It's mined out. It's an area that's in Brazil. Very, very little material coming out of that area that's this quality. These are graduated rondelettes from small to large to small. It's a great deal. 25% off. This is on clearance for $1,060. Brings it down to about $790. So folks, get on the phone. Okay, my producer is standing here tapping his foot. He's saying we are done. Folks, I didn't get to everything. I'm sorry. I talked too much, tried to give you too much information. Please come back next Tuesday, 6 to 8 in Texas time, 5 to 9 Eastern time. I will bring you a whole array of new material. It was great seeing everybody. Everybody have a great week. Make the best of it. Remember, negativity and fear are not your friend. They're blockers. Stay safe. Stay tuned in. I love you all, and I'll see you back here in another week. Bye. All right. Boom, boom, boom.
Great work. I learned something about ammonites today.
That's my goal, man.